Have you ever really thought about the simple pen? I mean, not as some old-fashioned thing we used to use, but as a seriously powerful piece of tech for your brain? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dive into how the physical act of writing is a massive cognitive upgrade, and why slowing down might just be the smartest thing you can do.
This quote, it's a bit of a bombshell, right? It's really the core of what we're talking about today. It suggests that our constant rush for digital speed might be working against the very way our brains are wired to learn, to process, and, to find meaning in the world.
For years now, we've all been racing to get our thoughts out through a keyboard. It's fast, it's efficient, it's clean. But all that convenience, it comes with a hidden cost, a trade-off that might actually be making our thinking a little bit flatter. I mean, just look at the difference here. Typing is built for one thing: speed. Just getting more words out faster. But our brains, they're not optimized for speed. They're optimized for connecting ideas, for finding patterns. And when we put speed above everything else, something really important gets lost in the shuffle. So what's that something that gets lost? It's depth. When our thoughts are just spilling out onto the screen faster than we can properly process them, our thinking can become more reactive, less thoughtful. It's this subtle cognitive erosion where that crucial pause we need for real understanding just gets steamrolled by the rush to type it all out. Okay, so now let's get into the hard science of it, because this isn't just a nice idea or some philosophical debate. The difference between putting a pen to paper versus tapping on keys is something you can literally see in your brain's activity. And the contrast is, well, it's huge. For your brain, typing is a pretty narrow task. It's mostly just transcription. But handwriting, oh, that's a whole different ballgame. It's like a symphony for your brain, a full-on multisensory event that gets a whole bunch of different areas working together in harmony. And here's the orchestra. You've got the motor cortex firing to guide your hand, the visual cortex tracking the letters as they form, your sensory regions feeling the texture of the paper, the hippocampus kicking in to lock it all into memory, and the prefrontal cortex keeping you focused. It is a full brain workout, no question about it. So all of this brain activity creates something neuroscientists call the action perception loop. It's a fancy term for a simple idea. With a pen, your thought, the movement of your hand, and what you see on the page are all happening at the exact same place at the exact same time. It's this powerful loop that anchors an idea in your mind, turning it from just a fleeting thought into a memory you can actually feel. Okay, I know what you're probably thinking. If handwriting is slower, how on earth could it be smarter? Well, that brings us to this amazing, kind of counterintuitive idea from cognitive science. It's called desirable difficulty. The whole idea is that making a task just a little bit harder, slowing you down just enough, actually forces your brain to work harder and process things more deeply. Handwriting does this perfectly. You can't possibly write down every single word someone says, right? So you're forced to listen, to pick out what's important, and to summarize. You stop being a transcriber, and you become an interpreter. You're understanding it. And hey, we've got the data to prove it. This landmark study is a real eye-opener. Researchers found that while laptop note-takers and handwriters were both pretty good at remembering simple facts, the students who wrote their notes by hand scored way higher on conceptual questions, the ones that prove you actually get the big picture. That little bit of friction from writing literally sharpened their thinking. I absolutely love this analogy. When you write by hand, the page basically becomes an extension of your brain's memory and an external hippocampus. It takes care of the storage, freeing up your brain to do the really cool stuff like finding patterns, connecting the dots, and having those brilliant aha moments. And the amazing thing is, this isn't just for students cramming for an exam, not at all. Handwriting is one of those rare things that supports your brain across your entire life, giving you what you need at every single stage. For kids, the physical act of forming letters is fundamental. It's not just practice, it's literally helping to wire the circuits in their brains for reading. It's building the neural foundation that literacy and reasoning will be built on for years to come. And for adults, in our world of endless notifications and distractions, handwriting becomes a kind of sanctuary. It protects our ability to focus, to think deeply about complex problems. In today's economy, that's a massive competitive advantage. And then for seniors, it's an incredibly powerful tool for just keeping the mind sharp. Writing regularly helps maintain those neural connections and preserves that vital connection to your own life story. It's simple, it's empowering, and it costs nothing. So this all sounds great, but let's get practical. How do you actually start doing this? Well, the beauty of it is that it's ridiculously simple. No fancy apps, no subscriptions, nothing to buy. 10 minutes. That's it. That's the magic number. It's so manageable that there's almost no excuse not to do it, but the neurological payoff is huge. It's just enough to get that whole brain network we've been talking about firing on all cylinders. And what should you write? Anything. Seriously, it doesn't have to be a novel. It could be your to-do list for the day, a few things you're grateful for. Maybe just let your thoughts wander onto the page, or try to recall a favorite memory in detail. The point is just to do it. And this is so important. Please let go of any need for it to be perfect. Messy handwriting is just proof that your brain is working. The goal here is to engage your brain, not to win a literary prize. So just keep it human. When you boil it all down, it really comes back to this. In our slick, smooth, frictionless digital world, the pen brings back texture. And it's that texture, that slight resistance, that slowness, that gives our thoughts their weight and their meaning. So as we're all out there chasing the next big thing, the next app, the next AI that promises to make us smarter, just think about this. What if the most powerful cognitive upgrade we've ever had has been right there, in our hands all along?